Hey guys, it's me Ram here, and in today's video I'm going to be critiquing Kiwi Cuber's 2.19 average of 5 on 2x2. Now I haven't made a critique video in a very long time, and that's because I'm not really sure how much people actually enjoy them. So if you enjoy these critique videos, let me know in the comments down below, and if you don't enjoy these videos, let me know accordingly as well. With that being said, let's just get right into solve 1. Alright, so here's the first scramble, and what she did was a 2-move layer on red. You just have U prime L prime here, and you can just go right into this algorithm, which I don't really know, and you finish with a U AUF. The solution by itself is fine, however there are a couple of optimizations you can make. Firstly, instead of doing U prime L prime from the back, you can actually make your face from this angle and do F prime R prime, which gives you the exact same case from the same angle. However, you can actually cancel a move. So what you can do here is just F prime and cancel right into the algorithm like this, and finish with a U AUF. This not only saves you 2 moves, it also flows quite well, so it's not even that risky. The second thing I'd like to point out is that you finished your face at around 0.3 seconds, but finished the algorithm at 1.85 seconds. This means it took you more than 1.5 seconds for this algorithm. All of your CLL algorithms should be done sub 1, so I'd recommend grinding all of the algorithms, especially the ones you can't execute sub 1. Finally, I also see a better solution on white. You can just do F prime, insert this piece like this, and you're left with this CLL case with a U2 AUF. I'd recommend going through all 15 seconds of inspection and browsing alternate solutions if you have time. Anyway, let's move on to solve 2. Alright, so here's the second scramble, and here Kiwi Cuber did a really good solution actually. She did U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime into this PBL case. The solution was really good, however in my opinion the execution was not. Firstly, if you one-look this correctly, which I did see you do, why on earth would you go R prime and then go into the algorithm? You can literally just cancel into it like this. Secondly, the whole solve was actually very low-key, especially at this point right here. This was a problem that I had on my original MGC 2x2 as well because of how uncontrollable it is. Therefore, I'd recommend just going slightly safer on this algorithm, and if you can, just try and drill it. Instead of going at your absolute fastest, go at the smoothest pace you can. The +2 in this case was actually the table's fault, but what I'd like to say to you is try and complete the entire turn instead of just going halfway or 3/4 of the way. Anyway, let's move on to solve 3. Alright, so on solve 3 you did the straightforward solution, which was nice. You just did R prime U2 R prime into some algorithm that I don't really know or use, but honestly I didn't really like the look of it. Your solution and stuff on this solve was fine, but the only thing I'd recommend doing is switching to the standard algorithm, which goes like this. All in all though, pretty solid solve. Let's just move on to solve 4. Alright, so on solve 4 you did blue, 2 moves into by far the worst EG1 case ever. It goes like this. It's just really weird overall and I don't like it. Now I don't know about you, but I like to stay away from this case as much as possible, and judging by the amount of lockups you had, I don't really think you like it either, and there are 2 much better solutions. The first one you can do is on yellow, 3 moves like this into a pretty good CLL with no AUF. The second one is on white. You have 2 moves into this anti-CLL, but you can actually cancel a move. You can just do U prime from this angle and go right into this alg and finish with a U prime AUF. Once again, I'd recommend going through all 15 seconds of inspection to try and find alternate solutions if you have time. Now let's move on to solve 5. Alright, so here's the last scramble, and you did something rather strange for this one. You did U2, R prime, U2, R prime into this CLL. It would have been a really good solve if you had one-looked it. However, this was 2-looked, so I'm not really sure what was going through your head. However, there are 2 solutions that are easier to one-look. The first one is on white. You just do 3 moves into this EG1. Now, I don't generally recommend rotating for EG1, but this case in particular is a really good EG1. So you can just do U prime, go quickly, and then just do the alg with a U prime AUF. The second solution, which in my opinion is cooler, is basically just doing a U prime into this 5-move CLL layer, which is actually really easy to one-look. There's a special case for this particular face case, and I'll link that down in the description below. However, it does give you F sexy F prime, which is a really good CLL. Once again, I'd recommend looking for alternate solutions instead of just going for the first thing you see. And for this particular solve, which was easy to one-look, I'd 100% recommend going for a 1 look instead of a 2 look because 99% of the time 1 look solves are going to be faster than 2 look solves. Now let me get on to the final things you need to work on. Number 1 is utilizing all 15 seconds of inspection. You tend to go for the first thing you see, which is not something you want to do for 2x2, and I'd highly recommend going and looking at more solutions if you have the inspection time left. The second thing is working on your cancellations. There were 2 easy places where you could have cancelled, however you chose not to, which was not the right thing. I'd recommend going for all cancellations you see, especially at home, no matter how easy or hard they are. Getting used to harder cancellations would actually introduce you to newer and harder finger tricks that you wouldn't use in your everyday solves. Thirdly, I'd recommend drilling all of your CLL and EG1 algorithms and getting them down to sub 1 as well. And finally, please switch to this EG1 algorithm and other better algorithms you can find in the 2x2 document down in the description below. So that's basically about it for my critique on Kiwi Cuber's 2.19 average of 5 on 2x2. Thank you to her for submitting her solves and thanks a lot for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something. Goodbye. Hey everyone, so before we end off this video, I just want to give a quick shout out to Qubit with Ray for using my discount code at SpeedCube Shop. He ordered a UV coated GAN 11M Pro, which is pretty cool, and it's currently on sale at SpeedCube Shop for $60. Anyway, I hope you enjoy your cube and thanks a lot for using my discount code. Thanks a lot for watching again and goodbye.